Hello, it's Lisa here. How are you doing? Are you all right? I'd like to read to you today from my book, Stuck Between Two Worlds. This is a story. It says, where does she really belong? Ruby's life with her family in the hologram house seems to be a happy one. But despite its perfect appearance, Ruby's family is hiding dark secrets. Ruby longs for another life, but there seems to be no way out until one day a stranger appears and leads Ruby to the wilderness, where she discovers that another life does await her, the life of a wild heart. As Ruby discovers her true power, one question remains. Will she stay in the wilderness with her wild heart friends, or will she return to the hologram house where her family and their secrets are waiting? Join Ruby as she learns to use her wild heart superpowers for good. As she navigates the challenges of the wilderness, she learns valuable life lessons, including how to manage her worries, overcome her fears, and deal with explosive anger. Chapter 1. The Crossroads. Are you ready? She whispered as she peered through the window from the garden. Together, we stood on the patio, watching a man resting in his cosy armchair. His mouth was slightly open, glasses on the end of his nose, fast asleep. He was dressed in a red polo shirt and leather moccasin slippers poked out from under his faded jeans. Next to them on the floor was a half-finished mug of coffee and the daily newspaper. I swallowed and stared at him. I could feel the tears bubbling up. My lunch had turned into rocks weighing heavily in the pit of my tummy. I tried to speak. There was no sound. Big fat tears dripped onto my t-shirt. It was my all-time favourite, soft cotton with a big rainbow, which was now glistening with sadness amongst the colourful sequins. I'd longed for this day, longed to be with the people who understood me and who accepted me for me. I hadn't realised that my freedom came at a price. That feeling in my tummy really hurt. Love didn't hurt, that's what Nettie had taught me, but I'd never been very good at goodbyes. Why do they call them that anyway, I would ask. There's nothing good about them. Or is there? Could they lead to happy hellos? I was angry. I turned to Nettie. I don't want this. Don't make me choose. More tears bubbled up. Oh, Ruby, said Nettie, her arm gently resting on my shoulder. We're here. We've got you. I raised my eyebrows and bit my lip, trying to stop myself from crying, but I couldn't. Between sobs, I muttered, This is too hard. This is so much harder than I ever imagined. Then I did one of those big snorty sniffs, and Nettie passed me a tissue. No doubt she was wondering how she was going to clean the snot-encrusted sequins. I mean, nobody wants that job. It is really hard, lovely girl. She turned and folded down her wings like an umbrella behind her. You're doing what's right for you. He can come and find you when he's ready. I stared down at my leather sandals. They had superglued themselves to the patio. That stuff is strong. I wouldn't budge. Heavy and tense, I looked across at Nettie. She was patting the curls on top of her head. She smiled at me. I could feel her kindness as she straightened her flowery crown and jumped down from the giant plant pot where she had been sitting. He won't come, I said, defeated. He's happy here. I don't make him happy. She moved in closer for a hug. That's not your job, remember? You can't make him happy. He has a choice. We all have to make choices. Yes, I know. I know that my choices have consequences too, I sighed. What if he is never ready? I asked. He is free to change his mind at any time, but if he doesn't or he can't, well... Her voice trailed off. She put her finger under my chin and tilted my head up to meet her gaze. She smiled. Then he will miss out on the joy of knowing you. I've had so much fun with you, Poppet. His loss will be our gain. As Queen of the Wild Hearts, Nettie brought hundreds of lost souls to the wilderness. This was her warm and welcoming homeland, where she had beamed light into their darkness and helped them to become happy again. The darkness can get you like that. It seeps into everything, making it a big confused mess. Lost souls in the darkness are like necklaces tangled up together in your jewelry box. It takes patience and time to free each one from the enmeshed clump so they can exist independently. She smiled again. He never really knew you, did he? He never really took the time to get to know you like we do. I want to cry for him because he's suffering the biggest loss of all. He doesn't know that, Nettie, does he? He doesn't think I'm wonderful. He thinks I'm a troublemaker. It's not fair. I can't leave. He's my family. My tears fell hot and angry. She is your family too. She nodded her head towards the kitchen window. There was my mum stood at the sink washing up, wearing yellow gloves to protect her manicured fingernails. She stared ahead of her zombie-like, as if she wasn't really there. You're not worried about leaving her, are you? Nope. I clenched my jaw defiantly. Thinking about her made me even angrier. What is family, lovely girl? Asked Nettie. He has a daughter he doesn't really know, just like his father never knew him. Is that what family is? Sounds more like heartbreak to me. I thought about this and I wondered if she was right, that without somebody to show them the way, families just repeat what has gone before them. Nettie had led me to the wonderful world of the wilderness and opened my eyes to a very different way of living. Now I was at a crossroads, and I'm going to tell you how I got here. Would you like to read more of my book? It's available to buy in Kindle, and it's also available to buy in paperback on Amazon. And I've also made an activity book. So if you can work through this book with children, doing the activities as you go. There's role plays, there's games, there's quizzes, there's bingo, there's bookmarks, creative activities, there's all sorts. And also, if you read this and you can resonate with Ruby's story and your inner child would like to come to the wilderness and heal a little bit more with me, then please join my adult book club. My book club is a 6-week healing circle which will get you in touch with your inner child and help you heal through the backdrop of this story, of this book. Well, thanks very much for listening, and I hope to see you there. Take care. Bye for now.